Or there comes a moment in life when you realize that constantly explaining yourself is draining your peace, your confidence, and your power. Not everyone deserves access to your reasons. Not everyone will understand your vision. And the truth is, people who are committed to misunderstanding you will never be satisfied, no matter how much you explain. Most people will never understand a dream that was not given to them. The moment you start thinking bigger, acting differently, or aiming higher than the people around you, criticism begins to appear. Some will call you unrealistic. Others will tell you to be practical. And many will secretly hope you fail because your ambition reminds them of the risks they were too afraid to take. That is why you must stop explaining your dreams to people who only understand limitations. Not everyone deserves access to your vision. Some people listen only to doubt you. Some ask questions not because they care, but because they want to measure whether your confidence is weak enough to break. Every time you over-explain your goals to the wrong people, you hand your motivation over to negativity. Dreams are powerful when protected. A seed grows underground. Or, owned in silence before the world ever sees the tree. The strongest individuals in life often move quietly. They focus on discipline instead of validation. They spend less time announcing plans and more time building results. Real power does not need constant approval. When your focus becomes stronger than your need to be understood, your life begins to change. There will be moments when nobody believes in your journey. Friends may doubt you. Family may question you. People may laugh at the direction you choose. But remember this, every successful person was once ignored before they were admired. The difference is they kept going even without support. You were not born to spend your life convincing others that your dream matters. You were born to live it. Let people misunderstand you. Let them underestimate you. Keep working in silence. One day your results will speak so loudly that no explanation will ever be necessary. Growth is not always comfortable, and neither is change. The moment you start becoming a better version of yourself, people who are used to the old, you may begin to react differently. Some will say you have changed, as if it is something negative. But the truth is you are supposed to change. Staying the same in a world that demands growth is the real failure. You are not required to remain the version of yourself that tolerated disrespect, silence, or limitations. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to outgrow situations, relationships, and environments that no longer match your mindset. The problem is not your growth, it is other people's expectations that you stay convenient for them. When you start setting boundaries, not everyone will clap for you. When you start saying no, not everyone will understand you. When you start choosing peace over people pleasing, some will feel uncomfortable because they benefited from your lack of boundaries before. That discomfort is not your responsibility to fix. Change often exposes truth. It reveals who genuinely respects you and who only liked the version of you that was easy to control or influence. Growth will make you lose some connections, but it will also give you something far more valuable: self-respect and clarity. You do not owe long explanations for why you are no longer available the way you used to be. You do not need to justify your healing process. You are not here to rema or in small so others feel secure. You are here to expand, to evolve, and to become stronger than the version of yourself that once doubted everything. Boundaries are often misunderstood because people benefit more when you don't have them. The moment you begin to protect your time, your energy, and your emotional space, some individuals will suddenly feel uncomfortable, not because you did something wrong, but because they are no longer getting unlimited access to you. That is exactly why boundaries are necessary. You are not being rude when you say no. You are not being selfish when you choose yourself. You are not being difficult when you refuse what drains you. You are simply recognizing that your energy is valuable and not everything deserves a place in your life. Every yes you give costs something: your focus, your peace, or your time. If you keep giving without limits, you slowly lose yourself while trying to keep everyone else satisfied. People who respect you will respect your boundaries. People who only enjoyed your availability will question them. They may call you distant, changed, or cold, but those labels are often just reactions to losing control over your access. Or you are not required to negotiate your limits just to make others comfortable. True strength is not in saying yes to everyone. True strength is in knowing when to walk away, when to pause, and when to protect your peace without explanation. You don't need a long defense for choosing yourself. A simple decision is enough. The more you honor your boundaries, the more you begin to respect yourself. And the more you respect yourself, the less you tolerate situations that drain you. Eventually, you realize that peace is not found in pleasing everyone. It is found in choosing yourself without guilt, without apology, and without explanation. Silence is not emptiness, and it is not weakness. Silence is control. It is the ability to stay grounded when everything around you tries to pull you into unnecessary conflict. Not every comment deserves a response, and not every attack deserves your attention. The moment you feel the need to explain yourself to everyone who misunderstands you, you step out of your power and enter a cycle of endless justification that never truly ends. There are people who do not seek understanding, they seek reaction. They want to pull you into arguments so you can feel justified in their opinions. The more you respond, the more energy you give away. But when you stay silent, you remove their control over your emotions. You refuse to participate in chaos that was never meant to build you. Silence is also a sign of emotional maturity. It shows that you no longer feel the need to prove your worth in every situation. You understand that peace is more valuable than winning temporary arguments. You realize that not every battle is worth your energy, and not every opinion deserves your defense. Sometimes silence says what words cannot. It communicates strength, discipline, and emotional stability. It shows that you are focused on your path, not distracted by noise. While others argue, you observe. While others react, you remain centered. While others explain, you progress. Over time, you begin to understand that protecting your peace means choosing silence more often than explanation. It becomes a form of self-respect, a boundary you set with the world. And in that silence, you find clarity, strength, and a deeper sense of control over your life and direction. Your worth is not something that needs to be proven, negotiated, or repeatedly, or explained to people who are unwilling to see it. The right people recognize your value without you having to perform, convince, or overgive just to be acknowledged. The wrong people will always require more proof, no matter how much you do. And the moment you start chasing their validation, you slowly disconnect from your own sense of value. Self-worth is not built through approval. It is built through awareness. Awareness that your time matters, your energy matters, your presence matters. You do not become valuable because someone praises you, and you do not become less valuable because someone ignores you. Your worth remains constant, even when opinions change. One of the most dangerous habits is trying to make people see your value who have already decided not to. You begin to over-explain, overgive, and overextend yourself just to earn recognition that should have been natural. But real respect does not require constant explanation. It is either felt or it is not. When you stop explaining your worth, you begin to protect it. You stop shrinking yourself to be accepted. You stop chasing people who overlook you. You stop performing for approval and start living from self-respect. Count. That shift changes everything. Suddenly you are no longer dependent on external validation to feel whole. The truth is simple. You do not need to convince anyone that you matter. The right people will see it. The wrong ones will never be satisfied no matter how much you prove. And when you finally stop explaining your worth, you start embodying it. Execution is where everything changes. Ideas are common, plans are everywhere, and intentions are cheap when they are never followed by action. Most people stay stuck not because they lack vision, but because they waste too much time explaining what they are going to do instead of actually doing it. The moment you shift from talking to building, your entire life begins to move in a different direction. There is a certain power in quiet discipline. When you stop announcing every step and start focusing on consistent effort, you begin to outgrow the need for validation. Progress does not require an audience. It requires commitment. Every hour spent working in silence becomes stronger than 1,000 words spoken without results. People often underestimate how far consistent action can take them. They think success comes from motivation but motivation fades. What remains is discipline, the ability to keep going even when nobody is watching, even when nobody is clapping, even when nobody believes in the process yet. Execution also removes confusion. The more you act, the clearer your path becomes. Waiting for perfect conditions only delays growth. Imperfect action always beats perfect intention. Every small step forward creates momentum, and momentum is what eventually turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. When you stop explaining and start executing, you no longer need to defend your dreams. Your results begin to speak for themselves. The same people who once doubted you will start asking how you did it, but by then you will already be focused on your next level. At that point, silence is no longer just a choice. It becomes your strategy.